Hello, my lovely Geminis. This is going to be your June monthly reading, June 2023. So we're going to start with some oracle cards. We're going to see how we raise our vibration, some signs, symbols, and synchronicities, my deck that I made, as well as some tarot. So let's see what we have for you for the month of June for Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs all apply. Make sure you watch all of your placements. If you're unsure of what that is, look up your birth chart online. You need your birth certificate. You need the time and date that you came into the world, and it's listed on there. All right, let's see what we have going on. The truth is my teacher. So that old saying, the truth will set you free. Whatever there is that's going on, if you're being deceptive in any way, I feel like the truth is going to come out. So you really want to use truth as your teacher. So remember that Earth is our classroom and that we are here to learn a lot of really hard, difficult lessons, and that the truth is also trying to teach us something. So even if the truth comes out and it's not great, and that can happen sometimes, then take that as a lesson that you need to grow. And so that the truth is going to actually help you learn things that maybe you didn't know in order to grow and progress along your journey. Honesty is the best policy. So the truth is going to teach you something, and honesty is always the best policy. Again, sometimes the truth hurts, sometimes it really makes it sting, but honesty is always the best policy because I'm a firm believer in always telling the truth, because a lie is never going to get you anywhere in life. And even though temporarily you might think you're getting away with something, it's really not going to work out in your favor when the truth finally comes out. So just be truthful in all of your dealings. And even if the truth hurts, know that it's okay because you're going to learn something from it. Know that you are worthy. I feel like you really need to kind of pour into your own cup of love right now. And I feel like if you aren't practicing self-care and things like that, that you need to start. This one operates with the heart chakra, so it's green, and that you doubt your self-worth, and maybe that's why you're lying to people or keeping secrets, and that the truth is going to come out regardless. So it's better to just tell the truth up front, even if the truth isn't pretty. I am grateful for the earth. So you might need to meditate and ground, open up the chakras, go play in the dirt, go get some sunshine, some fresh air, and do some things that you can actually feel grateful for. Sometimes we struggle with a lot of things. I used to practice like a gratitude journal, where you'd write what you were grateful for. Or you can do that just energetically with your mind or in your prayers or however you communicate with Source. And you can literally tell Source, thank you for the sunshine, thank you for the rain, thank you for a home to live in, thank you for food to eat. All these little things that we take for granted on a regular basis because we're so busy caught up in living life, right? So practice some gratitude, and I promise you things start to really turn around and transform. My breath connects me to life. So I feel like some breath work is needed, some grounding and meditation. And if you can see on this card here, this person is literally taking a deep breath. So that might be something that you need to do. I feel like you almost need to take a deep breath before you can really express yourself truthfully. So do what you need to do. Take a deep breath, make sure that you're actually actively, consciously thinking about what it is that you say before you say it. If you're a person that's struggling to tell the truth, know that the truth will set you free, and you don't have to keep the lies or the deception going. That you can speak from your heart, and you can speak openly and honestly, and know that the truth will actually teach you things about yourself. So practice some deep breaths. Let's get into the rest of your reading. All right, what do we need to know? What signs, symbols, and synchronicities? Well, that started to come out. The rainbow. Love this. So hope. Pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, and definitely being able to appreciate the beauty after a storm. I feel like you're very nervous being able to speak your truth right now, and that you're worried that it's going to create a lot of conflict or turmoil in your life, and it might. For some of you, it might. If you've been carrying a lie or some sort of deceit for a long time, it might. But the truth will actually help to kind of clear the path from all of the deception, and after the dust kind of settles, that things start to improve and get better. All right, what else do we need to know? So rainbows could be significant to you. You might be seeing a rainbow. Incense. All right, so clearing your energy, meditate, breathe, peace, calm, and calm your mind and body. And I feel like maybe you do. Maybe you have to kind of clear your energy, so to speak, before you're actually able to really speak your truth. But know that honesty is always the best policy. crystals. Maybe you wear some crystals like I do for protection, so they help to also clear your energy. They bring a sense of purity as well as faith, and they are a symbol of perfection, that they're created by nature and they are perfect. The lotus. Some sort of spiritual enlightenment is coming for you. And I love how both of these actually have flowers on them. So some flowers could be significant, a lotus could be significant. So the thing with the lotus is that it blooms out of the murkiest of waters. So they actually grow in muddy water and they rise through the barrier of the muddy water and they bloom on the surface as a beautiful blossom. So it's almost like you're going through a transitional phase right now, a spiritual enlightenment, and that you have to kind of rise above the murk or the darkness in order to bloom. So if the darkness is really not loving yourself and having to lie about things, then that's something that you can work on and you can change. And so you're going through some sort of enlightenment phase, and it can be a little bit painful. And if you are going through that, know that you need to calm your mind, that there's some sort of new beginning. Remember your roots. So remember where you came from. And I feel like you're going to go through this transition okay. The throat chakra. So this is also connecting with breath work, things like that, but communication is key. So we have 3 cards talking about communication, and this is always about truthful communication. It says communication, peaceful, truthful. So you have to speak your truth. I feel like that's something that's holding you back and that you have to start speaking your truth, that's going to be key for you this month. Okay, what else do we need to know for the sign of Gemini? Gemini is also an air sign, so we've got a lot of air coming through already, but I feel like you're not grounded right now, and so that's really something that you need to work on. You need to ground the energy, do the deep breathing, do the meditation, do all of those things to help kind of clear the energy. Singing is also another great one to clear your throat chakra. Whether you can sing or not, it's a great one to kind of move the energy through you, as well as breath work. That's going to be important. All right, Gemini, where is your card? This usually doesn't happen. Usually I get some jumpers. I spoke too soon. There they are. All right, let's see what we have. So we start with justice. You could be dealing with a Libra, could be dealing with courts, contracts, legal issues. But this is, again, finding the balance. They're giving me a channeled message, so I'm going to give it to you as it comes through. So they're saying that there could also be some injustice coming against you if you've really screwed the pooch and that you have maybe lied about things that were like legal issues, or maybe some sort of law was broken, something like that, that this could come against you. So that it's going to be super important that if that happens, that you're dealing with like the police, the courts, some sort of legal issue, that you are truthful in this matter, or things are not going to go in your favor. So really important that we find the balance and that we aren't trying to maybe, they're saying, sway things in your favor. So like it needs to be equal. And if it's not equal, it's going to cause problems. So we have to be able to tell the truth. And even if the truth is ugly, the truth is trying to teach us something. All right, so we have water sign energy with the 4 of goblets. So this is telling us that sometimes we need to indulge in things that make us happy, but there could also be some sort of unexpected love offer coming in. It's something you won't see coming. I feel like the honesty is really the difficult part. I almost feel like somebody is holding back their feelings, like they aren't being truthful about how they really feel in a situation, and that the honesty needs to come out in that area as well. There might be a lot of conflict, there might be a lot of competition, clashing egos, things like that, a lot of rivalry, but you need to also be able to know that you are worthy. And so I feel like if you think this person won't want you, or maybe there's somebody else and it's like, I don't measure up, know that you are worthy. So you have to believe that in order to go forward. And maybe that's the truth of the matter, is that you feel like you don't measure up. You feel like you're not worthy. And so you kind of lie or you embellish things in order to try and make an effort to go forward. Forward movement is possible. So Cancer energy with the Chariot. I really feel like the forward movement is coming after you learn to speak your truth. And that by regularly demonstrating that you speak your truth, that new opportunities open for you. Could be traveling, could be relocating, could be purchasing a vehicle, but some sort of balance is created and your spiritual enlightenment starts to go forward. You might be really burnt out and exhausted at this time. So breath work will help, rest, relaxation, calming your mind and body, and that you might be in a period of recovery, especially if you're going through like a lot of really crazy like trauma coming to the surface. That's what I keep getting is like trauma is being released in some way, shape, or form, or that the truth is coming out, and so you don't have any choice but to kind of go along with whatever the plan is. There's some sort of indecision going on, and I think you need to make a decision. You might be waiting on some sort of court decision as well. This comes out with justice. So this could really be that like the truth is going to surface no matter what, is what I'm picking up with your reading. The truth will come out regardless of whether you try and hide it or whether you try and go forward truthfully. So the truth is going to be on your side if you actually will share the truth. If you don't, for some reason, decide that you're going to speak of things truthfully and honorably, I think this could be bad for you, that this decision might not go in your favor, and that somebody really likes the status quo and you're really worried about things. I feel like your guard is super high, that this is something where you're kind of ready for battle, and so maybe you're not open to some sort of new opportunity to come in for love, or this person's very traditional and maybe you're not. And I think that if they're looking for things to go one way and you're not on the same page, that could cause some conflict. So you need to be truthful about how you really feel. It looks like good luck is on your side. So you've had a lot of competition, you haven't felt really worthy, and you're dealing with a lot right now. And so you're kind of trying to protect your energy. And I feel like what's really going to change is your luck. It's like the truth literally starts to open up doors and opportunities for you, and good luck will be on your side. More money is coming to help balance things out. Maybe you're going to finally be able to purchase a vehicle like you need to or want to. Might be travel that's opening up, but you're starting to balance things out because you're letting something go. You're finally letting something end. Maybe this was some sort of communication that had to happen with either an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or a Scorpio with the Death card, that you're going through a cycle of rebirth. And this is part of your spiritual enlightenment, is what I'm feeling. If I could grab the card, that you're going through your enlightenment. You're realizing what needs to change. And if you don't, I feel like that's coming when the truth is finally revealed. All right, so a lot of emotional fulfillment. I think this is going to go better than you anticipate, but I think you're really holding on to fear right now. So remember that fear stands for false emotions appearing real. It's our ego talking. And it's always going to be that little voice of doubt that's like, you're not good enough. That's not how this is going to work out. It's not going to go in your favor. Doubt and fear. So we want to squash that. How do we squash that? By the truth. The truth will actually close off the ego, because the truth is something that can't be changed, right? A fact is a fact no matter how you cut it. So we have to operate in the truth energy. But you have a lot of decisions to weigh, and some of them could revolve around love and a relationship. So choose wisely. I feel like if you are truthful about whether something is for you or whether something is not for you, then all of a sudden things really do start to change for the better. So stick up for what you want. Even if there's competition, you have to be able to stand up for yourself, I feel like, for your good luck to actually come in, and know that you're worthy of good luck finding you. Don't be a flight risk. The Page of Bones is somebody who's very in and out. And I feel like this has been you for a long time, and that you really do need to get your energy grounded. That you can't be all over the place all the time. That you can't just jump into something on a whim, that you have to actually maybe plan some things out. And that if you aren't making calculated risks, you're going to be in the same boat you're currently in, which is dealing with a lot of heartbreak, pain, jealousy, and a lot of problems that really do need to end. So I think the biggest thing is that you need to focus on your healing and your enlightenment right now, and shedding some light on the things that it's not working. So those have to change in order to actually get out of this pain that you're currently in. All right. So we have a lot of wealth and abundance coming. This could be an inheritance, some sort of sudden wealth or abundance coming. Could come through the courts, like maybe a settlement or a case going in your favor. You will actually have to let go of the betrayal, the backstabbing, and all of the crap that you've dealt with, and sever ties in order to welcome in your good luck and your fortune. You have the Wheel of Fortune twice, and it's in the same row both times. So I feel like by standing up for yourselves and letting go of the negative self-talk and all of these things, that you actually are able to welcome in your destiny or good karma, good fortune, unexpected money, and blessings coming to you. We have the sun. The sun is the happiest card in the tarot deck. It's Leo energy. So I feel like some sort of joy, satisfaction, marriage is a possibility, and accomplishments coming to you. But again, we have to master this first lesson of how do we always tell the truth? And it's going to be difficult if that's something that you're not used to, but it's something that you can change and it can be accomplished. We have judgment in the upright. So this is positive. If it's reversed, it's not so great. So you have justice and judgment. Some sort of decision is pending finality, but it's the only decision that can be reached under the current circumstances. So if you're worried about the outcome, you need to make sure that you are on the up and up. There's improvements coming, forgiveness, a change of perspective, a rebirth, final judgments are being passed, and karma is being dealt. Let's see what else we have for your reading. What is the outcome of your reading for Gemini? All right, Six of Swords. So it's time to leave behind all the conflict, chaos, arguing, fighting, BS behind you. It's time to relocate into calmer waters. Travel is possible, relocation, moving, but you're letting go and you're laying down the sword. So the truth is going to teach you a lot about yourself. The King of Pentacles. So this might be somebody that's going to help you after you hit rock bottom, maybe some sort of new business venture. Person can be a little bit arrogant. Typically, I see them as pretty grounded, but they're very powerful. So it's like they've built a small fortune or a big fortune, and they might be helping you kind of start over, is what I'm picking up. All right, Nine of Swords. In order to welcome in your abundance and the blessings that are trying to come in, you have to stop the worry and the negative self-talk. Lots of fears and frustrations. It's time to let go of those emotions. You might need to have a good cry is also what I'm picking up, because you are worthy, and I feel like you really doubt that you are. You don't see all of this good luck and blessings that are trying to come in for you, but they are, and we've got, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 tarot decks out right now, and I shuffle on camera so you guys can see what's coming through. And it's like you just don't see it. But because you're willing to step out of this negative energy or lying in deceit, you're willing to speak your truth and you're trying to improve things, that all of a sudden things really kind of flip completely around for you in your life. And it's going to happen quickly. I feel like your bravery is really going to be rewarded, and that there's some sort of speedy situation or finish. You aren't going to have to struggle so much financially anymore. You may have to cut some people off and leave them out in the cold, and that might have to happen maybe even through the courts. But you have to speak your truth. There's delays because the final decision hasn't been reached, but you get a victory in this situation. So speak your truth. Honesty is always the best policy, even if the truth hurts. You need to work on loving yourself, and I feel like you won't feel like you have to lie or deceive people any longer. And then you need to be grateful for everything that you have. So do some breath work, some grounding, some meditation. But some good news is finally coming. Luck is definitely going to be on your side, but you have to be on the up and up for you to really experience it. That's what I have for your month of June reading. I hope it helps. We'll see you soon.